Hello, Fantasy Goats. Welcome to this Reaction Championship Sunday. Holy smokes, the Patriots are moving on. Yay. The Seahawks. That's right, the 12s made it. We're going to get into all this action. Holy smokes. Not to remind anybody, but it is, of course, a rematch of the 2014-15 Super Bowl. Yeah, that's
Was this that was the pass instead of run game, huh?
yeah.
2014.
2000. Well, the Super Bowl may have been was obviously in 2015. It was the 14th season, wasn't it?
Right.
All
Was it
right.
the 2015? That's with the
That
the
was
pass instead of the run Super Bowl?
the pass instead of the run.
Yeah, they passed it instead of running it to Marshawn Lynch, Darius
No,
Butler.
no, that was the year before. That's
That was
the
year
four.
before.
That's
Okay.
the 14-15. What up, Tron Goat
It is.
baby?
I know it is that one.
There's the Tron Goat baby, because in the 15 season with the Super Bowl taking place in 16, that was the Broncos
With
again.
Cam Newton
Yes.
didn't jump on the
Yes.
fumble.
Yes, that smoked Cam Newton. And anyway, in any effect, yeah, holy damn. Chongo, baby. How was your weekend? I know you were loving that action. We're going to get to the two games, the biggest takeaways. I've got five bullets, five compartments really for the first game. And then the second game is the second game we could spend the whole week talking about. But in any event, yeah, we're going to get into these in just a little bit. Just a friendly reminder. Friendly PSA to all those goats out there that will be listening to us, watching us later, joining us for the first time. All you got to do is hit the like button. Hit this like. Subscribe to the Fantasy Goats. The content's not going to stop. There is no off season, Rhino.
Nope.
And with the draft process 2026 series will start up. We will get into all those rookies. We are going to get into the ones that are going to make us fantasy stars. They're going to make us champions. I was rooting for the Rams. My guys wanted to see a Stafford. Well, we know you were. We know you were. I was too. I was rooting for the Rams. I was also rooting for the Broncos. All these prospects, and on the defensive side of the ball too. And when I mean by that, we'll get into more of those via our mock drafts. That's right. We'll return with mock drafts, compliments of my favorite data suite PFF. We're gonna get into the off season for all these NFL teams, and then in a blink of an eye, we'll be right. We'll be right in the thick of it.
Yes, we will.
All right. We'll be right.
like
We'll be
being
right
in
in the
the
thick
thick
of it with everything else, and you never know, because when it's late at night, War Chief, or early in the morning, depending on how you look at it, you wouldn't believe some of the stuff that pops into my mind. You wouldn't believe it. Like you wouldn't believe how many times I watched the last play, the last Jarrett Stidham throw in the interception last night. But I want to save it. I want to save that though. I want to save that. To me, the Pats have the most average team to make it to the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, back to my PFF darlings. I mean, yeah, they were kind of like average in some areas, and in other areas they were above average. I mean,
They were really
it's just the
good.
fact of the matter, and to boot, I mean, they knew exactly what they were doing, firing Mayo and bringing in Vrabel immediately. Anyway, those compartments, my fellow stewards. This is simple. You had Sean Payton's decision to attempt to go for two. Wrong. You had Jarrett Stidham's turnover because he thought he was able to pass the ball with two hands on it and not forward. That killed you. Okay. You had the weather. That's 3. The weather, and I want to get, again, I want to get a little bit more. Let's get into all of them, but I'm giving you the outline. That's 3. 4. Will Lutz, his boy Willie. Willie didn't come through. Again, that's gonna kind of sort of tie the weather, but at the same time, I mean, shit. Okay, there's 6. There's 6 points, and finally, that freaking offense. That was like watching the 2023 Broncos with Javonte Williams, Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Russell Wilson. There was nothing going on. There was nothing at all. We could give some flowers. You want to give some flowers? I know you're dying to R.J. Harvey. We can. We sure can. They didn't help matters on the ground at all. Jarrett Stidham, he's a backup quarterback. Yes, I get it. But still, you had one nice little pass play deep to Marvin, and then you connected on a screaming hot 6-yard touchdown pass. I mean, like, okay, like he looked all right. Are you trying to tell me that they didn't know that this weather was coming?
But they're in Denver. They play in that weather.
Well,
it's not like
they don't play in that. They don't play in that weather.
You live in the weather.
Yeah. You don't play in it. Yeah, I mean, because if it's like that, during the week, they're going to the indoor facility. You know, they're not going to practice outside in it. But even still, I think it should never came down to that. This should have been a Broncos game to win, and Sean Payton, in my opinion, is the reason why they lost.
Well,
I'm going to be interested to see.
So let's start
your observation about that, because I want our observation about that is the same.
Well, so let's go now. Let's rewind. Now let's go back to the first bullet, the first item. He was up 7, right? They're up 7 points, and it's 4th down, and he wanted to go for it. Didn't take the points. Again, to me, I can intertwine all this. He didn't take the points. It's his fault, and if you listen to his press conference, he alludes to it like, yeah, there's regret. I regret it. He's asked point blank, do you regret not taking the points? And there's always regret. There's always regret.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020 though. I'm not mad that he did that at all.
Well, I'm absolutely livid that he did that.
I'm not mad because you go up with 2 touchdowns. What the way they're handling the Patriots. I mean, I understand the 3 points, okay? So then the game was tied. But still, I understand it was just a bad play call, a bad execution of it. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it like this.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, they were up by 7 points, and it created like a snowball effect, in my opinion. So they're up by 7 points. For them to kick 3 points in that situation, it would have felt like 14 points because New England couldn't do anything. At that point in the game, New England had 36 total yards in the game. Yeah. Not like 36 in that half of that quarter. They had 36 yards that whole game. So if they'd have put 3 points on them and got a 10-point lead, it would essentially just kind of took it out for them. So the snowball effect is what I'm saying is they got the ball back, and it made it feel like Stidham had put pressure on himself to go, I need to make something happen. As soon as he caught that in the shotgun and started doing like this little dance he was doing, like it's the weirdest back put I've ever seen. I don't know why he like opens his hip both ways to back up. And he was just trying to do too much, and it ended up, like I said, snowball into a turnover that gives them a short field, and they score a touchdown. And after all that happened, you go into halftime, and the game's tied 7-7 with the Patriots having 60 total yards of offense off of a 10-yard drive, and you have 6 yards and all these opportunities, and you only have 7. I mean, you could have had 10, and you could have been winning. You could have been 13-0, 10-0 at halftime, and it could have been a whole different game.
They could have been at 14-0 too at halftime. That's the thing.
But I don't think, even if they would have got that first down, I can't say it was guaranteed they were going to score a touchdown.
All right, let's we so here's the sixth compartment, but not really sixth. This game is probably won by the Broncos with Bo Nix because I think he would have had. I think he would have had.
I'll even say
He would have.
If Pat Bryant was not hurt, then I think
whether-
they would win too.
Whether they convert that one or not, I think they would have had a little bit more opportunity with Bo Nix
Yeah,
and working his mobility utility that he has. Although like we didn't see much of it throughout the year, but we know he has it. But let's go back to that. I mean, again, I'm with the war chief in a situation like this, and I tie it to the fact that, again, if you think that this is going to really get shitty, really get lousy in terms of like what this environment could wind up being, I want as many points as possible. Yes, I want to have 10 points at the half, and then the Patriots fine. Okay, like then you're making them have to match that score again.
But is let's making the field goal right there guaranteed? No, that's not guaranteed either.
I mean, at that time is more guaranteed than the snowball that he had to give in the second half. It was clear. It would only be like a 30-yard field goal, and it was. I'm saying I just don't understand not taking the points there because the Patriots couldn't do anything on offense. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't run. They couldn't pass.
I think that's why they went for it because they couldn't do anything on offense. So they figured Sean Payne thought 14 points. So I can understand that.
Their offense but their offense is not the same. Like there's no.
No, and this is
Stidham ripping it. There was one rip. He's not the end. I'm sorry.
No, but Peyton didn't call a good game plan for him. How many freaking 5 or 7 drops, steps did he take instead of being 3 to 5 steps and then bang?
Okay, that
bang, bang, short passes, not passes behind the line of scrimmage because that didn't freaking work. If they were able to just dink and dunk, but taking 5 or 7 steps back, allowing freaking they get pressure on him, that was no bueno because
why even have your
back? He could not pass under pressure.
Why even put your backup quarterback in the situation to be in a tied game or a game that he's behind?
Asking him.
You're asking him to do too much,
and with little weapons like you just. I mean, like you have guys that are dropping the ball. This was the 2023 Broncos that I was watching.
You're missing
on offense.
Pat Bryant. You're missing Troy Franklin. If J.K. Dobbins would have been healthy enough to play, I think that would have been a big difference too.
Absolutely, but you don't have J.K. Dobbins, so you just take the points when they come to you.
You didn't have Troy Franklin, who we could spend more time on their lack of weapons. If you want to call these weapons, fine. Yeah, you're down. You're with little Jordan. Our guy is being asked to do too much. You're down.
And Elijah Moore.
You're turning. Exactly, Elijah Moore, and you're asking Cortland Sutton to do too much now. Even Cortland Sutton, the dude that caught the pass. Marvin Mims is turning into the downfield threat. That should have been Troy Franklin. And let me tell you something else about Troy Franklin. Okay, because if I didn't have to look at this in an objective way, I would never draft this guy moving forward. I have no dog in him. All of a sudden, he can't go in this game. A late scratch. He can't go in this game. Pat Bryant can't go.
Pat Bryant went and then got hurt his hammy.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are soft, in my opinion. They're soft. If Troy Franklin couldn't go in that game, I'm sure they do.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, my hammy's jacked up right now. I'm having issues with it, so I couldn't imagine playing in the cold with a freaking hammy issue.
I was watching another wide receiver a couple of about a half hour after that game ended. Well, his hamstring was probably not 100% still playing in this game.
Yeah, but look at the weather difference though too.
Poor excuse. I'm sorry for that.
That
you go. Oh, you know what? The weather, like they looked beautiful to start the game. He should have been out. He should have been out. All right, let's move off of my opinion on those two wide receivers that were not available. One wasn't even dressed. The other one was. All right, they were out of weapons, right? You want to call them? Yes, they were down receivers that normally play more in rotation, and they Marvin Mims got the most work these last 2 weeks than he's had all season. Coruscant got his normal work. Little Jordan, again, these guys are being asked to do too much. RJ Harvey's being asked to do too much. Give a little bit of the credit to the Patriots defense. I mean, pretty easy to against this offense. Playing again a backup quarterback. This was a perfect storm, no pun intended, that snowballed out of control, to put it to War Chief's point. Without you never got the sense that the Broncos were especially missing the field. They missed a field goal to tie. That was the kiss of death. And then again, did anybody in their right mind, any NFL fan, think that Jarrett Stidham was going to land that pass to Marvin Mims, where just that ball was up in the air so long, like Christian Gonzalez was just like waiting for like a happy beach ball coming down at him.
No, Jarrett Stidham looked like he just winged it up there. It was like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, he winged it up there. He had about, from what I could count, he had 5, and then a 6th man came. Yeah, he was under pressure on that play for sure. For sure. But you look, again, I think if Bo Nix was in that position, again, we're playing a bad game here because he wasn't. But at the same time, I think we have a different outcome. What else was there? Will Lutz.
But
that's lousy.
There was 5 between both teams. There was 5 field goals missed, if I remember that right.
Let's see.
Well, he missed 2.
Yeah.
So what did the paint that
4 were missed.
4, yeah.
Yeah, look, the weather was lousy. That was shitty. And he went on to say that we talk about footing. We talk about, I mean, like shit. You can talk all you want about footing. These guys look. Some that snow like turned into like slick shit. They were falling. They were slipping. Both sides, both teams.
You would not have had the right cleats or the adjustment cleat bottoms.
Yeah. And again, it really they could have, they should have, they would have had a different game plan if they were really anticipating that this was going to turn sideways by the end of the third quarter. Where again, the visibility was lousy. There was clear differences between where the wind was going, whether you were going with it or whether you were going. I mean, there was all of that. We've also seen weather games though. This weather was different. Not all weather is the same. We've seen plenty of weather games where the snow comes down and it's like nice little powder. Where we see James Cook rushing for 200 yards. In typically, Rhino, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. In a shitty weather game, the offense would have the advantage.
Yeah.
Right? They're the one, because the defense is the one that has to guess which way. The offense knows what they're doing. It was lousy for both sides. Again, it's unfortunate because the Broncos defense showed up. They fucking showed up. Those were the dogs of war that I was looking for. They showed up.
They still total containing Drake May though.
They did what they had to do. Yeah, well, I mean, they did in the air. I can tell you that much. What do you have? 80 yards. And he had a good rushing game. So did Ramondre Stevenson. They did what they had to. They had the right game plan in the second half, right? The Patriots didn't pass the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we need to give credit to the Patriots defense. I'm sitting here looking at Trone's, Trone's foes. To me, they're passing the most average team. But when we were breaking these teams out when the playoffs started, we were kind of like shocked, going like, "Hey, no, they're pretty high on this PFF rank. They're pretty high on this PFF rank. They're pretty high on this PFF rank. This PFF rank. Hey, no, this is a good team, like a all around team." And I know the narrative has been, like they played these great defenses, like the top 5 defenses they went against. They went against the Chargers. That was a top 5 defense. Their defense was better than the Chargers. They went against the Texans, number 1 defense. Their defense was better than the Texans. And then they went against the Broncos. Their defense was better than the Broncos. I think we just need to give more respect to this Patriots defense that's really been lights out for a long time, not just the playoffs.
They were fantastic from top to bottom here. When I'm looking at, so yeah, points allowed. They went into this contest allowing the 5th least amount of points. They were the 7th ranked defense. Their rushing defense, all right. But when you're going up against a rookie who's kind of been struggling a little bit doing his thing on the ground, that 16, starts to shrink a little bit. I would say tackling. That's old Belichick. They've been tackling since '99. Their pass rush, well, we know they don't have really. They create the pass rush, and they create it up front, with their tackles, and then they have to manufacture. This team will wind up being the Seahawks too.
But some of those numbers are kind of bloated a little bit too, because they did play 4 or 5 backups during the season, and then they had the 3rd easiest strength of schedule too.
They had an easy schedule.
I'm not discounting that they're not good, but I'm saying some of the numbers are bloated because of that though too.
I mean, but what are you going to do though? I mean,
they did what they're supposed to do. They did what they're supposed to do.
I know, but I'm saying we can't keep making the same excuse, right? Like the first game. Oh, I mean, it's just playoff Justin Herbert. Yeah, they should have won that game. And then the next game, it's just CJ Stroud. Like, so what? I mean, when they won, I'm gonna say
they won the games.
Yeah, but if they win the Super Bowl, are we gonna say it's just Sam Darnold? What's going to happen?
No. Sam Darnold saw his ghosts.
Yeah, themselves like, this defense is playing like really good football.
They're playing good football.
The Pats had an easy schedule. Well, they did what they were supposed to do with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Did what they were supposed to do.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do, and any potential championship team, as far as I'm concerned, you get better as the season goes on. You're getting better. You're opening up,
and they have got a lot better as the season's gone on too.
We'll spend more time on the Broncos. I don't think the Pats stand a chance against the Seahawks. I mean, I'm looking.
I wouldn't be surprised. But
yeah, I'm just saying, like. Just looking at it like from the outside right now. Oh well, of course it's from the outside, but without really I'm still digesting yesterday. Well, wouldn't surprise me, Tron. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, damn. The way I see it, it's the Pats. It's the Oats. The Pats. The Pats don't stand. The Pats stand a chance. In any event. Yeah, damn those Broncos. Those dogs, the dogs of war. All right, let's move on. I'm just gonna leave the floor. I'm gonna leave the floor open to you. It was well, for one thing, finally saw some points. I don't have it itemized, bullet. Mike, how I labeled it as compartments to how that game was yesterday. This game was like, Rocky and Apollo, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, him and Clubber Lang. I hope you know your Rockies.
I know my Rockies more better than I know my Star Wars. That's for sure.
No, I mean, that's great. Star Wars. The only way I could, yeah, if this was Star Wars, this was Yoda versus Emperor Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
The Emperor, the Emperor won. In any event, the way I see it, the Pats played a historically inept C.J. Stroud and a backup quarterback and still barely won both games. Yeah, that's a box. I don't want to argue with the truth.
Barely won both games because it went up against
I don't
freaking
want
badass defenses.
to. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
we
Yeah,
can't just we can't keep putting it on the other quarterbacks. We
No,
have to acknowledge the Patriots just have a really good
well,
they're solid.
I'll
They're very, very solid team.
I'll just do a little like a poke back, not a pushback, a poke back. I remember last week, or must have been last week. Feels like it's been a month when we said like, "Yo, you put Josh Allen on that Texans team, they would have won that game." I mean, we all agreed to that, or I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like if Josh Allen was the quarterback of, what's ironic about that is even Josh Allen though turned the ball over all over the place against Denver. But when he turns it over, it's different because then he can always get you right back in it. CJ Stroud, it became way too bad up top. Way too bad up top. Look, I thought both teams played fantastic. I really did. I thought the Rams played great, with the exception of the obvious that rear its ugly head. And I'm curious to get your opinion on that.
Rhino, please start.
The muff fumble. I thought, look, the third quarter of that game was like fucking Beethoven's Ninth Moon. Like it was like magic with Stafford and Devontae. It was gorgeous, gorgeous what he was doing.
Yeah,
it was.
Here's what I'll say about the muff punt, and then I'm done. I know you're gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Because I have like kind of like two sides of this coin. I created it. They scored right away with Bobo the Clown off of it.
Mm-hmm.
No time really off the clock, and then the Rams answered it. So to me, when I said to like everybody downstairs, oh, they answered back. So they really that muff really didn't hurt them. But then there's the obvious.
Yes, it did.
I was trying to make a good excuse for them, but at the same time, yes. Look, if you return that ball, if you don't cough it up, who knows what could have happened from there? The Rams could have had another lengthy drive. They would have went up, and maybe they could have. I mean, this is all hypothetical, but you don't muff a punt. You don't muff a punt. All right, I'm done here. I'm done. I felt Stafford was upset.
Stafford's MVP. Stafford.
MVP Stafford. Give it to him. I'm fine with that.
Can I be 100% frank with you guys? Listen, I was watching that whole team play football. Okay, Stafford was playing such inspired football. I almost jerked a tear. I'm watching people get burned. I'm watching people lose their assignment. I'm watching people muff punts. I'm watching D-lines not get no push. And all I keep seeing is number 9 go out there and just slinging the rock against the best defense in the NFL. And I'm just like, dude, how do you not play harder for this guy? Like, he's literally putting the team on his back.
Yep.
We shouldn't even be down, because I know we were down between 10 and 7 a whole bunch. That game, if this is, I'm gonna just throw a decent quarterback. If that's a decent quarterback, the Rams are down by 17, 20 points. But Stafford was out there slinging the rock like all over the place and just like, no, we gotta answer. No, we have to answer. No, we have to answer. No, it's not gonna be me. No, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be Stafford. I'm like, dude, this dude wants to go to the Super Bowl, and I just felt like some guys on the team just didn't know. Not they didn't want to go, but I don't think they knew what it took to get there.
I'm with you all the way with the Stafford part. Rhino, the guy looked like a dog that was on a mission. Him and McVay were dealing it up, like willing it up, but like not really willing it up. And yeah, I get it. I get what the war chief is saying because it's like a broken link in the chain. Look what happened. Look what winds up happening here.
So you remember as a kid, right? You get a Christmas present, and you're so excited for this Christmas present. You unwrap it, you open the box up, you see the outside box is like, man, I can't wait. And then you open the box up and it needs batteries. It's missing batteries. And it's missing one little piece. You can't play with it. That's what the Rams were. You look at the box, you see the offense because offense was kicking. They were kicking. Other than Parkinson's drop, yeah, that was bad.
In the
But
end zone drop?
the running game,
No.
the receiving game was on point for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
A couple hiccups here and there. But the missing battery was special teams. When Xavier Smith bobbled that first punt, they should have said, son, just sit back, keep warm, whatever. Just sit back, get Devontae Adams and Puka water when they need it. Just sit back, relax. We'll get you in for maybe a play, maybe a jet sweep or something. And then put Kyron Williams in. Second point here too. You played football, you played college. Generally, the special teams coach will tell somebody, just let it bounce. Don't just let it go. If it's inside the 20, just let it go. Especially with that Rams offense, the way the Rams offense was moving the ball, even if it went out at like the 5-yard line, they could progress further instead of what happened. Now the batteries, you can't, and we knew this. We knew the Rams were fool's gold because again the offense kept them games every year, all season long. From week 1 to week 10, the Rams defense was top 10. From week 10 to now, they're I think 19. They're very mid. A lot of that is because of secondary. And we talked about this. The secondary just it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Greg was here. It's like, Greg, talk to me, man, dude. Why they leave the middle of the field open half the time? If you have JSN, freaking cover him. Double him up. Don't leave him open. A lot of times you see a freaking linebacker trailing him because you're going through the middle of the field. Outside, except for the Darius Williams pass, they control the outside pretty good, but it's the middle of the field that they freaking can't control. They need to address that damn problem. They need a full-on shutdown DB. They needed the last time we had a shutdown DB is we went to the Super Bowl and we won. That was with Jalen Ramsey.
Okay, so what you're saying, and for that first 10 weeks, we had Quentin Lake was playing.
Yeah,
and I know everyone didn't want to go. Well, it's not just Quentin Lake, and like I said, me being a little bit of a fan, and me knowing football, I'm like, well, no, Quentin Lake's like a big loss because he's not just a player, he's a communicator.
Yep.
So the things that I saw, like I'm like, okay, well, once Quentin Lake comes back, it's not going to be immediately fixed, but like it should get drastically better. Like, we're not going to see, the Carolina games. We're not going to see the other games like that. And the first playoff game, I was like, okay, he's just getting his feet back. But then when they played the Bears, I was like, okay, we're good now. But the showing yesterday was so bad. I mean,
and then missed tackles. Good Lord.
Also, and I know people. I don't think people think about this a whole lot. I don't know why Emmanuel Forbes didn't start. Do you realize that once Emmanuel Forbes started playing, that you didn't hear a lot of JSN's name anymore?
No.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't start. I don't know what the deal is there. Like, if they don't believe in anybody this much, then yeah, you got to revamp the whole thing.
The way they ran the whole secondary, for most of the part was Just weird. And then the tackling. Yeah, freaking 3rd and 15 down on your side of the field. 3rd and 15. What I think it was like 3 minutes left. And hey, Omar's like, okay, go on, K9. And then there's three or four other missed tackles on that play. Their tackling was just.
I'm gonna lie. It was
had
tough.
to be cleaned up too.
It's tough to watch that version of Kenneth Walker and not be a believer. Like,
Good Lord, huh?
That dude, man, like, sheesh, bro. Like, can he just get 75% of the carries? Can he be the back we know he can be? Like, that dude is ridiculous. Like, dude, like let's talk about the touchdown, right? The touchdown where there's Byron Young containing the edge. Byron Young is doing this on the tackle. Other hand free. There's 2 defenders in a gap, and Kenny just goes, and then I'm like, dude, like, that's insane. But
always looking to hit the home run. Always.
But I mean, he's so explosive. Like he can do that.
Yeah.
And
he should be able to get away with doing that.
They did a decent job containing him for the most part.
They did.
Now,
they absolutely did.
I just want to say this. I was like, of course I was upset, after the game. But then I sat back and sipped on my beer and started thinking, you know what, man?
Gentleman's Jack.
No.
No gentleman's Jack.
No. I started thinking, man, this is one hell of a freaking redemption story for Sam Darnold. He got cast away by the Jets, cast away by Carolina, cast away by the 49ers, cast away by a team that went 14-3 with him as a starter. Good for him, man. I hope he finishes the story. I really do.
I can't wait for the big fat bookmark because I don't think we finish in this story. I know.
We'll see. I hope he does. I hope he does.
We'll get into that whenever we get into that.
We have.
Just for him to beat all those teams, he said you're trash.
All right. There isn't much that I disagree with. I mean, again, this is your team. You're watching this closely. You're watching it with a former retired NFL DB from the Rams. I mean, far be me to so we know that the secondary let them down playing against.
One more thing. One more. I'm sorry. Why in the hell is Ronnie Rivers freaking in there playing? And why would they throw him on the freaking down? I told Greg, I go, why is Rivers in? He goes, Rivers is in?
Get a little Ronnie Rivers action going.
But why?
Look,
random Ronnie Rivers.
Random Ronnie.
If that was the case, just throw something that we haven't used out there to surprise them. But you know what? Then freaking you should have had Jarquez Hunter out there. Maybe. I was like, Ronnie Rivers, man.
Why? What was that to surprise them? What
I think so. Who knows?
I have zero clue why.
In any event,
I don't know, but
honestly, it could have been overthinking because the whole season. I mean, let's be honest. The whole season, Kyron and Blake have had stone hands, and maybe this week McVay saw him on the jug machine and was like, "Hey, maybe we should get him." I don't know.
Corn had what 2 or 3 catches? I'm like, holy crap, man!
No. Kyron has been a good receiver the past couple of weeks, but like for the longevity of the season, they have been having balls hit off the tip of their fingers all damn season. But no, I have no idea why Ronnie Rivers is out there.
Yeah.
But to me, in this the overall just observation of the whole game, I do think that the reason why Seattle won a game is because they scored a touchdown before halftime, which is unexcusable. You can't let them score a touchdown with 54 seconds to go with the lead before halftime, and then you can't give them those fast points coming in off of the muff punt. If one of those two things doesn't happen, I think the Rams win.
Yeah.
What about
Seattle played a complete game? Rams didn't.
What about McVay's call
The
on
fourth.
fourth down?
Oh, I think that was the right. I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
Because the defense couldn't stop anything. Now, if I had some confidence in the defense stopping anything, take the 3. But the defense was burger meat. Like they're getting killed by everybody. And also, I mean, like, look, even though we didn't score, there was 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, and they couldn't get a stop.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it completely.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it too. It's his offense. The only thing, like, okay, so if you're down by 1 because the thicker kicker got you the 3, you kind of like, all right, now you put them on their side of the field, hopefully, without a Shaheed return, hopefully, and maybe it kind of sort of puts the pressure on them to get that. Maybe there is some pressure. Maybe it turns a little bit for the Rams. Maybe the Rams D unit, but they weren't able to stop them for much of 3.5 quarters. So
I wouldn't bet on
I get it. I get it. What was the other one I wanted to bring up? Oh yeah, and then what was it?
What about the Cooper Kupp catch?
Good for him.
I don't think he caught it.
I don't think he caught it either, but who knows?
I don't understand what's a catch. I mean, I don't understand what's a catch anymore.
Nope.
He caught the pass, took one step, reached out, and the ball fell out of his hands. I'm like, is that not a incomplete pass? But it is a complete
that
pass.
whole situation right there. The Rams used a timeout, and then that got just all weird too. They lost a timeout without having to use a timeout. Just weirdness right there.
Yeah, I don't understand. I didn't understand that. I look at Brandon Cooks the week before. That was a whole thing, and then I just feel like that Cooper Kupp catch it was like, oh, it happened, and it kept moving on. I don't understand how New York didn't replay that. I don't understand how no one decided to take a second look at that. That catch was the game.
We were snowed in.
You're snowed in.
Do you think one more thing too for SJX is? Do you think it's time for the Rams to adjust their defensive system instead of running the same kind of defensive system they had for the last 5 years?
No, I their defense just is what it is. It's not aesthetically pleasing to the fans because we would like more attacking. We would like more aggressive defense. But when you have an offense that can put up 35, 40 points a game, it's best to play that bend but don't break because it's all about complementary football.
Yeah,
it's not about having no one's going to have a Houston defense and a Rams offense. Like that's just impossible to do. You can't have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, we'd all love for the next Aaron Donald to just like wreak havoc. Well, I mean, supposedly versus, that's not.
I don't want to have that conversation right
now.
That
wouldn't be. That's not fair.
To be angry.
All right, don't be angry. I don't want you angry. But you mentioned Jalen Ramsey, right? I mean, Jalen Ramsey was a great DB, great cover because of all that freaking pressure that was coming up the middle, all of that. So then Jalen Ramsey looked like a fucking all-star, looked like a magician, from what I remember, and I kind of remember it. And Jalen Ramsey, so he's been all right since that too, when he's healthy. Anyway. Yeah. Look, again, it was a big heavyweight fight, man. It didn't work out the way we wanted it, especially you guys.
But as football fans, as a football fan, it was a great watch.
Yeah, it was a great watch.
As a Rams fan, it was not.
Anything would have been a great watch compared to
that first game was absolutely snoozeville. But the second game was great.
Oh my God. Damn that game. I mean, I don't mind that game either. It's just like, like something's got to give. There was nothing going on. Nothing in one quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt like in that second half of the game, it just felt like the Patriots were like so like white flaggy. They were just like, we'll let Jarrett Stidham make the mistake. So they would just run the ball 3 times and punt it away.
That's exactly.
Dude, like, this sucks.
But that's it right there. Like, you know what? as long as we just do this and kill this clock, kill this time possession, they are going to have to move the ball through the air. We don't think that number, not 27, J.K. Dominant. We don't think that he could beat us, RJ.
Yeah.
And I hope RJ takes a really good lesson from this. I really do. And he doesn't become just a scat back.
Yeah.
You know, like hopefully maybe like that he'll work in this offseason, and we'll talk about, you know, what the Broncos need to do this offseason in due time. Goats. And the Rams for that matter. In due time. Goats. Yeah, look. Stafford is returning.
Returning? Yeah, Stafford returns. Yeah,
definitely.
The Super Bowl's in LA next year. If he doesn't return, that's a big buzzkill.
No,
I was surprised when I saw that, because how did they get Super Bowls so close together?
The script. The script.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, the script.
All right, this is what we're going to do. 2021, the Rams win the Super Bowl. And then we're going to tease y'all in 2026 with in San Francisco. We're going to tease y'all last second loss to the Seahawks. And then the next year, the Super Bowl's back in LA and you win it again.
With 39, 40-year-old Matt Stafford.
Exactly. We're going to call it Elway 2.0.
I hope. Look, man, he was unbelievable this season.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable, and look, Puka's gonna get paid handsomely, and you know they got some other things that they need to address. That like
free agents.
Like any team. Well, I don't know about that amount of free agents.
Yeah,
They'll work to bring some of them back.
I hope they bring back Cam Curl. I like Cam Curl.
I think the priorities, I know, we'll get into this later, but the priorities are Puka and Kobe Turner. Everybody else.
Yeah.
All right. It's good reaction. A lot of reaction. What did we take away from this game? The big winners and the big losers. The big winner, those two wide receivers played fantastic. They absolutely played like, there's like I said, you know what? Not two, three. There was three really good, like elite, perennial wide receivers. This is what we love. We love the fireworks. We love that, and we got that from those three wide receivers in Puka, JSN, Devontae. Oh my God, that music they were making. They're like back to back plays. Like it was like unstoppable. Yeah. There were no Tariq Woolen and Devon Weatherspoon weren't stopping this.
Wait.
Yeah, Tariq Woolen could have very well have cost them.
I want to know.
That was the best part of the game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was.
First of all, I don't like how
everyone said that
talking calls weak. No, it was not. He was talking shit to that sideline for a long time. It wasn't just like, yeah, and then walk away. No, he was over there jawing, like,
and then Stafford
people's
back
faces
to
and
him
stuff.
too.
No, you can't do that. But then for McVay, Stafford and Puka to literally go at him the next play was by far the funniest thing of that game.
Yep.
That was hilarious. I didn't think it was going to cost him, but it did.
What
an idiot.
I think Stafford told him, keep talking, I'm coming for you. Keep talking, I'm coming for you.
He did his best. He tried his best. My dog Kyron's winner. Blake Corum played well. Winner.
K9's a winner.
K9 won.
Sam Darnold's a winner.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of winners.
I'll say Clint Kubiak is a winner too.
He's a big winner.
God. He freaking called a great game, man.
I rewatched the game. He was out. He was making shoot like an idiot. The motions and the identifiers. It was a great game call by him.
The Jake Bobo play. Jake Bobo play probably cemented him a job if anybody was on the fence.
No, he's getting any job he wants that's open right now.
Like he knew exactly the right time, the right situation, where the hell the Rams were going to be, what they were going to do, and what he was going to do here with this guy, with this freaking guy, just like he did with that 2-point conversion a couple of weeks ago. The losers.
Special teams.
Xavier, I don't know what's Xavier's.
Of course, carry it over. Go back to the other game then. Forget that. Losers out of the Denver game.
Sean Payton.
Will Lutz.
No.
Will Lutz.
No.
1,000.
No, that's tough. That's tough. I'm not gonna call Will Lutz a loser. That's tough. No.
You gotta make one of those kicks.
No. Troy Franklin.
He didn't play. How could he be a loser?
Because he didn't play. He's scared.
I didn't have a jersey on.
Pat Bryant.
RJ Harvey.
Loser.
RJ Harvey's a loser.
Look, I don't want to give RJ Harvey a loser either. I mean, if you look at his total yards out of scrimmage, he didn't have that worst game in the world. What we needed yesterday was another. We needed like a Ramondre Stevenson on the Broncos. We needed a J.K. Dobbins. We needed a guy that knew how to run in this type. We knew that knows how to run.
I mean, that's why I'm looking at it like that. I mean, I just look at it from the time that J.K. Dobbins got hurt till now. I think he's a loser in like that time frame. He gave no confidence to Sean Payton that he can be their lead back.
But also, when they're running him in between the guard and center instead of the guard and tackle, he didn't do good. But when he ran outside, he did better.
I don't know. I mean, he ended up averaging like 3.2 yards a carry. Like
Harvey. Yeah.
I don't know. And I was all over the guy before the season started. I thought he was gonna be an absolute home run. But just to have this much bigger of an opportunity and basically have Jaleel McLaughlin just taking your carries away,
loser.
It's like, dude,
loser.
You didn't take your your.
We used to call him.
Chance.
Remember, we used to call him McLovin because like we were like so excited about this guy. Fucking, that's another. I'm glad you brought that up. McLaughlin, like that. I swear I was watching the 23 Broncos yesterday. There's nothing changed with Russ. Yeah, Pat Bryant. If it's not a concussion, it's a leg. If it's not a leg, it's a rib. You're not available, dude. You weren't available in this game. That sucks. You weren't available to give this dude, this almost journeyman who we were all trying to blow smoke up everyone's ass to give them an opportunity, give them a chance. Oh, he's gonna let it rip. Yeah.
That was a problem. Let it rip.
You were down to. Let me just check. I want to see if we're missing any receivers. Where was Mr. Joker? Where was the Joker in this game?
That's where I go back to the
loser.
That's why I said Sean Payton.
Deck of cards. That's what he said.
He didn't make the right play calls. 3-5 step, bam, hit Ingram on the cross. It was bad play calling.
I hear you, but I'm going to stay on it. I just don't think they ever should have been in that situation to where he even needed to be thinking and ducking.
No,
I'm saying if they go up 10-0, this game is probably over. But Sean Payton, the Sean Payton and the McVays, the Sean's just overthinking everything with your offensive brains.
Yeah. They didn't do very well. RJ had 13 attempts. Jared Stidham had 4 attempts. McLaughlin had 4 attempts. Bidet. There's Prentice. I don't even know who Prentice is.
Fullback.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had one carry. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Or first down.
Yeah, one time they used a fullback all year. Pat Bryant had an attempt for 1 yard that averaged 1. His long was 1. Is that where he hurt himself? Must have been. Cortland said, there's all right. Evan Ingram was on the field, 3 targets. You want to talk about Dink and Dunk? Dig and dunk. Okay, fine. Mims and Harvey led the team in targets, 6 apiece.
Mhm.
And we know that Mims actually did get a long ball. Little Jordan, Cortland Sutton. Come on. We all know this team, I already know, doesn't have to do much. I already know this. Like on their side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, all they have to do is really just bring back Singleton and maybe John Franklin Mayers. We all know what's happening on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
That's very simple. All right, Rhino. Do you have any other any grievances? Any other
No.
thoughts? Any other theories? War Chief, any theories, grievances, conundrums? Sean McVay. I encourage you guys. If it won't be, I don't know if it'll be today, but probably within the next 24 to 48 hours will be his end of the season presser, probably with less need. I encourage you. I'm going to watch that. I've been watching all of them.
If it's just McVay, I'm not going to watch it because I'll be honest with you. As much as I love that dude, I love that dude, but
it's getting to be the same freaking thing.
Yeah, it's getting to be coach speak to.
Yeah, but we're all working in the same thing, man. We're all in, like,
Yeah, man, and I, I'm gonna take this one on. It was on me, and I love these guys.
Those guys play their asses
I
off. Those guys, man, I would kill for any of those guys. I love those guys. I get it. No, I want to hear. I hope it's with both. If it's
if it's both, I'll definitely tune in.
If it's just McVay, then no, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. Sure, to Rhino beating up on Peyton for his play calling, which probably wasn't good, but he looked beat up too at that at his just the post game, not the end of the year. He was upset. He was
stressed out.
He was dejected. I think he realizes that it's not easy. I mean, he didn't go off give like a Dan Campbell curse of trying to get back, but he was like he looked like he was gutted after that. He was gutted with that personnel. All right, goats. We'll be back later on in the week. Look out for all the stuff that we'll be doing in the very, very near future. All right, that's the Rhino. That's the War Chief. I am your shepherd.
Hey, we still have the MVP, right? Still got that to look forward to.
Yep. Be a difference, make difference, stay blessed, everybody. And if you're in the areas where they're getting a lot of snow and cold weather, be safe, stay warm.
What if it's not Stafford? What if it goes to CMC?
I'm turning to the NFL.
He's not gonna go to freaking CMC.
Do you guys think there's any truth to the rumor that Bo Nix hit himself in the locker room celebrating?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
You can see it on the play.
You see him trying to mask that there was something wrong with his foot on the field. Hit himself? Like what? What do you mean hit himself? Like kicked himself? Kicked the locker? John? Hit himself in the locker room? Rumor. Who are you getting rumors from, by the way? I hope it's
Did
not
he roundhouse the locker after the win?
You Bo Nix, man. You don't think Bo Nix would have wanted to be out there if he could? Hurt himself. Do you think there's any truth to the rumor that Bo Nix hurt himself in the locker room celebrating?
No.
No.
You can see when he's scrambling, when he's going a bootleg how they tackled him.
So you can, and then I think the other day had some NFL mic'd up where like it was like, coach, like I can't. And he's like, and Sean Payton's like,
it's all
what?
Also, after the game, if he goes when he went to go get checked out, I don't think he thought it was like, okay, there's a broken ankle here. Like we hear broken ankle, we think, oh shit, like his ankle is broken in two. It may not be that bad, but then they're not going to allow him to play with a broken ankle, no matter what the situation is, because it could potentially become one of those. Like, okay, now your ankle's in two pieces. No. I mean, like, no. There's several times. several reports where you could see him kind of walking it off gingerly after the game, and Sean Payton like decided to address it immediately rather on Monday or Tuesday. Like, yeah, he just went to go get checked out, right? I mean, look, weren't you just saying something about how like your hamstrings are all screwed up right now?
Miami's, yeah.
Yeah, but if you went to a doctor and they told you, yeah, you have a grade 1 hamstring strain, would it surprise you? You'd be like, oh shit, really?
Oh yeah, that would surprise me.
I'm like, oh shit, that's serious. Yeah, Chongo, baby, the motherfucking Chongo, baby, the motherfucking Chongo, Robert Saleh, baby, Bobby Saleh. I love Bobby Saleh.
Could be the next Mike Vrabel.
Should have never. That's not good. Yeah. that wouldn't be a good thing.
That'd be a great thing.
Well, it'd be a good thing, like if it's the next Mike Vrabel, this version of it, not the Mike Vrabel Tennessee version.
No, like I'm saying like Patriot version, like.
How about Mike Vrabel, to Bill Cowher saying that he had he found a new appreciation coaching. He wanted to coach, and he has a newfound appreciation for it. Kind of like a little bit of a slight to his former employer.
So you heard the stat about since Mike Vrabel got fired by the Titans, Mike Vrabel has more wins in that time span this year than from the time he got fired.
People forget Vrabel had a losing record when he got fired. It was part of the reason why he got fired, right? I mean, not suggesting that he, didn't deserve to have another opportunity. I mean, but he had a losing record. What was the losing record? 7-10, 6-11. I mean, it wasn't anything like what we've seen here.
Yeah, it wasn't complete dumpster fire. It was just like, yeah, he finally had a bad season.
It can't be anything like this. Are you kidding me? Like John Harbaugh is replacing Brian Dable, but before Brian Dable, that was actually considered like a little bit long of a tenure. We've gone through so many coaches here between both teams. It's pathetic. Oh my God, I got Malik Neighbors info. No, I need to get back to that though. But there is some Malik Neighbors stuff. We won't get into it now.
Before we leave, I just want to say the fantasy football community can rejoice in the fact that Mr. Arthur Smith will not be coaching in the NFL next year. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Sure, it's good, but it may not be good. It may not, because we don't want him ruining the factory either.
I'm surprised Jeremiah Smith hasn't entered the transfer portal, to be honest with you.
According to our buddy AB, he said it's gonna be a good thing.
How?
Welcome to
a good thing for tight ends. It'll be good. It'll be a good thing for tight ends. Yeah. Well, I don't need him. I don't need him putting his hand on the wide receivers that come out of there.
Jeremiah Smith is still good. He'll still be drafted by next year. So, all right.
Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave always said that JSN was the better wide receiver of the three. Was the best. Now here he is, going to the Super Bowl. They've said it since he was coming out.
Time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Chongo, appreciate you. See you later.